inherits the mantle of the ancient knight as protector.
What's your idea?
He's a gentleman bodyguard, and he inherits the mantle of the ancient knight as protector.
What's your idea of a bodyguard? Is it a service you might need? Is it work you'd like to get into?
Well, Phil Bremen dropped in on a bodyguard school that passed through Indianapolis, and he tells us about it in tonight's 6 Before 6 report. Phil?
Clyde and Barbara, when pictures of a presidential visit appear on TV, there are people whose eyes are riveted not on the president, but on his security detail. Some of those viewers are, or want to be, bodyguards. But how does someone become a bodyguard? One way is to sign up for a bodyguard school. They vary in price and quality. We found one that came highly recommended. It sets up for about a week at a time all over the world.
Your friend, our friend, the President of the United States, Bill Clinton.
When President Clinton came to Indianapolis last month, he had plenty of protection. All 12 agents regularly assigned to the Indianapolis office of the Secret Service, plus additional concerned-looking guys with earpieces from elsewhere around the country. But what about the business person or celebrity who feels the need for executive protection? Who looks after them?
As soon as you see the attack coming in, drop. Yeah? And get the VIP away.
5 men who want to be private bodyguards have gathered at a far north side hotel to let Jim Short lecture them and shove them around.
Push your body in. Take the head round. Take him away from you. All right? Because where the head goes, the body follows. You see that? Push him down. Then turn. Take the guy...
Short is a 40-year-old Irishman. He says he studied for the priesthood, then switched to emergency medicine and martial arts, then became a paratrooper in the British Army.
Biggest mistake bodyguards make is they get in front as if it's like one-on-one. Don't. You've got a tremendous advantage. His body weight's going in that direction. Right. Take him from the side. Yeah? Yeah?
Short spices his lessons with tips gleaned from his private sector work, in the ruins of the Soviet Union, for instance, and rugged Afghanistan. Against an angry mob, he says, a gun is a liability. A knife is better.
Once you start slashing with that, guys at the front start pushing the guys at the rear back because they're trying to get away from it. So you've actually got the mob going the direction you wanted, which is away from you.
Of more practical use, tips on saving both the VIP clients and his suit when someone grabs his lapels.
The problem with a grab is that if you try to pull him away, you're going to rip the VIP's clothing. So wherever a grab is established, trap it.
And this could be embarrassing. Don't forget that not everyone who rushes up means harm.
Talk, come on. Turn him around, talk to him. What's the problem? What's the problem? He may say, hey, quickly, I need to get the VIP. His daughter's in hospital. There's been an accident. Huh? And you're basically beating him up.
With a little squealing of tires, the class moves out to the hotel parking lot to learn how to escort a VIP to and from a car.
You see, all the guys in the Secret Service, etc., they come along, they open the car door this way. Well, that's no good, because the threat isn't in the car.
Actually, the president's protectors may not want to assume that, but the head of the Indianapolis office of the Secret Service says it would not be appropriate for him to critique a private bodyguarding course.
All right, advance, come on, move. Look around you, check that corner. Break, go, round, move. Open that door, quickly. Don't have the VIP hanging around. Cover around behind. In, quickly. Number one's door, open it. Number one, in.
Oh, and be sure not to slam the door on the VIP's hand. This training is under the auspices of something called the International Bodyguard Association, the IBA, based near London. It was founded in 1957 by a distinguished French foreign legionnaire, Short says. Today, he is its Director General.
It's not a school, it's a series of courses that are run by the association to bring people to a basic standard. People who go through the basic course, like these guys, will be allowed full membership of the IBA. All right, jump in. All right, Jim, go and cover the car on the outside then. All right, go.
It can look noble, even glamorous in the movies, but will a bodyguard really lay down his life for his clients? And what sort of person would want to do that for a living? We'll look into that on Wednesday night. Barbara? I'm going to end up well off target. Now, among the students getting manhandled in that course of their training, a sergeant in Indiana's State Capitol Police. He was looking for pointers on protecting Governor Bai. Everyone else in that course was paying his own way. What sort of people are they? Why would they want to be bodyguards? I'll show you at 6 before 6. Father?
It's out here since I've been doing it for a while, to take it back and teach the guys that we have at the governor's mansion.
You're moving along, you're looking through, you see the problem, the weapon is drawn, hit him and bring the weapon out. All right? Not the other way around.
But what of the others? What sort of person would build a career on the prospect of using his own body to block a bullet intended for someone else? Well, unless you're the president, Jim Short says, don't count on your bodyguard to go that far.
The idea of taking a bullet in the line of fire, that sort of thing. No sensible human being with any grey matter between his ears wants to take a bullet for anybody else. Whatever amount of money. 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, where are you going to spend it? I don't want to give up my family and what I enjoy of life. I do enjoy life, and I'm not prepared to give it up for someone who I perhaps even don't like.
Right, your clients may not be as appealing as they are in the movies. Even so, the work does involve nice clothing, fancy restaurants, access to powerful people. That's why Eric Taylor came all the way from the Gulf Coast of Texas to take this course. Taylor is a reserve policeman and amateur bodyguard. He's looking for a career when he retires from his full-time job as a firefighter. Now he has a clearer picture of the rigors of a bodyguard's work.
There's a lot of hard work involved. You know, he's up before the VIP. He goes to bed hours after the VIP goes to bed because his work continues. He's got to prepare for the next day.
Also investing $850 for this 5-day course, Chris Kerner of Carmel, a 21-year-old looking for something to do when his hitch in the Marines is up. Chris Shusey used to be a policeman in Lafayette. Now he runs a uniform store and already has a small bodyguard business there.
I would think you wouldn't have a whole lot of demand for executive protection in Lafayette. We're going to be international. We're going to live in Lafayette.
These are drills I disagree with from the start. I mean, there's one that's being taught at present where they grab the collar, draw the weapon, go right around the back, hit the guy, and end up with the VIP strung out on their back. Again, the rounds